So thank you again. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming to day 3. Thank you for participating in our 12th Learning Analytics and Knowledge Conference and our 3rd one online. Next. Thank you for joining us. Next. And thank you very much to our gold sponsor, the University of Texas in Arlington, the Master of Science in Learning Analytics from the Department of Psychology. They are very generously a gold sponsor for LAK22, and I can announce a silver sponsor for LAK23. So we really appreciate their support and everything that they've done for us. Thank you. Thank you to the University of Texas, Arlington. Thank you also to our LAK team. I know you've seen this slide a number of times from the opening. If you attended the AGM, an event such as this size doesn't take place on its own. There is a very large team behind who does everything from the organizing into the program, the workshops, the doctoral consortium, proceedings, publicity, website. So thank you. Thank you to all of our community members who have participated and give generously of their time to make this a successful event. Well, obviously we're thanking everybody. In particular, I'd like to thank 2 of our very special volunteers, Yancy and Nina. Yancy has been our website chair and GatherTown architect. Yancy first worked with us with LAK19. He was the website PhD student, and just we love everything that he does, and he stayed to work with us. Nina worked with us with LAK20. Again, she PhD students as well as staff. She is the one who's doing all of the recordings. She's capturing them all and getting them up on the screen and onto the website so quickly. So again, thank you very much for our volunteers and for all of our other volunteers from University of California, Irvine, and from Germany, from Monash University, Open University in the Netherlands, from DIPT in Germany, the University of Zagreb, Irving in Michigan. So thank you so much to all of our volunteers who've made this truly a successful event. And of course, big thank you to Nicole. So many of you would have interacted with Nicole via email with LAK Conference, within Whova, asking the organizers any questions. When we're face-to-face, she's on the registration desk, and she's just who does everything and does everything with a smile and does it all so well. So thank you. Thank you, Nicole, for everything that you've done for us with Solar, for everything that you've done with LAK. It's been great. Now, again, moving on, just a few housekeeping items. As we've tweeted a few times and we've put in the organizers' announcements, we have bought an extended license for Whova, so everyone has access for 6 months. So you don't have to binge, you don't have to keep to see all of the recordings that you've missed. You'll be able to go back in. You'll be able to go in and ask questions in the Q&A in Whova for those presenters you weren't able to see live, and the presenters will be going back in and answering the questions. So there's still lots of engagement you can have. You can still have meetups with people. You can still direct message people. The entire Whova platform will be open and available for 6 months. Every year we do get a request for certificates of attendance. A number of people need them for their institution or for just as a record. Absolutely. We will send an email out to everyone with a form that if you would like one, just give us the details and we'll generate those and send those out to you. As Solar has committed now for a number of years that all of the ACM proceedings for the full and short research papers are completely open access. They're open access for not only all of those who've attended the LAK conference, but for anyone and where they're available on the Solar website. So as part of the our inclusion and diversity and equity working group, that was one of the recommendations that they made for us in order to increase the knowledge of learning analytics, to increase access to information about learning analytics, to increase activities or opportunities for people from disadvantaged areas or unable to see for a variety of reasons. So we've committed to make those continuing on with the proceedings. The companion proceedings for the practitioner workshops, posters, demos, and doctoral consortium, they're available on the website. They are completely open. There is a proceedings link that you can see in Whova. It will take you to both of those proceedings so that you can grab them all. And of course, we have LAK Online and Solar Research where you can share. There's lots of Twitters. You can hashtag us in there. You can look at those. We're on Facebook. We're on LinkedIn. There's a number of opportunities to interact with solar. That's it for the housekeeping. So how would you like to stay involved? So maybe it's your first time participating in LAK. Maybe it's your first time participating and engaging with solar. And you've had such a good time. You thought, how can I keep this fun going? Well, you're more than happy. We're welcome to join a solar working group, to join a special interest group, or form a new one if you like, to submit to the Journal of Learning Analytics, to submit a blog post for the Solar Nexus, to join and participate in LAK22, which will be fully virtual in the 13th to the 17th of June, not the 27th for those quick ones who caught our little mistake in our banner earlier in the AGM. It's co-hosted with the University of British Columbia. Or you may want to nominate to serve on the Solar Executive, which the nominations will open in November this year. You can also, to learn, everybody, as soon as you have membership in Solar, you're automatically enrolled in the Solar newsletter. As it was shared earlier in the beginning, in one of our presentations, our Solar newsletter reaches over 5,400 people. So that's a massive growth in 4 years in 10 years of what we've done. We have our Solar YouTube channel where we can see all the different recordings, our webinar series, our podcast Spotlight, and our Solar Nexus blog. So there's a number of opportunities where solar has increased, opportunities to learn about solar, to learn about learning analytics, to engage with each other, to engage with members in the community. Thank you. So as we announced at the annual general meeting, for those who weren't able to attend, Solar has announced a early career researchers research grant. This is brand new. This is the first opportunity. While Solar has done a lot to support students, one of the things that a gap that we had was the early career researchers. We do have the conference scholarships, which supports early career researchers, but this just takes it to just another step of activity of what we can do. So it is about helping with research initiatives. It is about advancing research and practice. You do have to be a member of Solar. And for an early career researcher, your PhD has to be retained within the 5 years of your application. And our theme for 2022 for the grant continues on the theme from LAK, which is about supporting inclusive learning. So we're very happy. It is $10,000 Canadian. As you know, Solar is a Canadian society incorporated in Canada. And also that individual will get complimentary LASI and LAK registration fee. They will have a spotlight session within LAK. They will have a number of opportunities within LASI as well to interact with individuals. The applications open on the 25th of March, which is today, depending on where you are in the world. Submission deadline in May, results announced in June, and to start. I'm hearing birds in the background in somebody's mic. If I could ask you to mute, that would be lovely. Thank you. Participant feedback. As always, we like to learn how we can improve and what we can do, how to make it a better experience for you. So you will be receiving the survey link shortly. We do know from past experience that it lands in a lot of spam folders. So if you wouldn't mind looking out for it, if you wouldn't mind checking your spam folder and just alerting us at LAK Conference if we need to send you a direct link or something, we can have it. That is common practice that we have to do. So moving on from there, looking at our participant numbers. So one of the things that we could see for LAK, and this is where we were for our LAK workshop numbers. So from 2018 to 2022, the growth in our workshop numbers was fantastic. We can see that little dip in 2020, and that's where COVID first hit, and we had to shut down and pivot 2 weeks before the actual event to move to fully online. And as COVID was happening, for whatever reason, we get a lot of workshop registrations in the last 2 weeks prior to LAK. It just seems to be a pattern. In 2021, we had a large growth from previously, and then again 2022. So we're very pleased with 557 workshop participants. And this year as well, we had 2 open complimentary workshops, one from a motion that came about open science and one about writing for publication. So it's another way of Solar trying to assist and advance knowledge and provide opportunities for people to participate. When we look at the main conference and our unique participants, the difference is those who've only chosen to participate in the pre-conference workshops. It's a very small number. Most of the people who participate in workshops do continue on, but for a number of people, the only interaction with LAK is during the workshops. As you can see, we came so close in 2022 this year to just being the highest, but we're the second highest conference ever for LAK, whether it's face-to-face or virtual. So that is a true commitment of the community when you're thinking the last 3 years have been online. You look at Zoom fatigue, you look at all of those sorts of things. And yet here we are still with over 600 unique participants who've spent their time with us this week and with each other learning about learning analytics. So coming back, so where we are now, Whova activity. We can see so far, so this is only for 2 days. We still have another day, so we will look at it. If we look at 94% of our attendees have actually downloaded the Whova and are working with it. If you can look at the messages, we've had over 2,800 messages. The average in Whova for all of their conferences is just over 1,200. So that's a really nice way of we're seeing that people are interacting with each other. They're sending messages, they're talking, they're going back and forth. Another big jump we saw this year was with the community board. So people posting topics, people posting things of having opportunities, themes, questions, and back and forth. And as you can see, we've had 33 of those separate topics. 14 is the average. Again, another large commitment. We've got a number of photos that are taken and people have posted in the photo gallery. That continues to remain open. We had 9 different meetups created with 157 people who attended, which is great. So be able to participate. And when we look at our sponsor, when it looks like, wow, over 100,000 impressions for our sponsors. And that's every time where they logo, they passed, they were on a page with the logo, they looked at it, they moved, they were sponsors. And with the sponsor video, over 150 people spent time and engaged with that video. So that's a wonderful opportunity and a true measure. And to thank you again to our sponsor for putting that information up, because it obviously meant something to our participants. When we look now at our Zoom activity, we can see, again, this is including the workshops and the 2 conference days. We've had 12 different Zoom rooms that we've used across the week. We've scheduled 78 different meetings, over 3,000 hours in Zoom, over 4,000 participants, which includes multiple enters as you come up, and over 37 gigabytes of recordings so far. We can see our top 10 countries of participants within the Zoom. So from the United States, Australia, Germany, Canada, the UK, Japan, Mexico, Netherlands, Hong Kong, Spain, and Croatia. So it's a wonderful, again, showing the breadth of that. I do want to now just hand over to Isabel. Isabel, who's one of our program chairs for 2022, and she will announce the winners for the research, long and short, the poster demo, and practitioner awards. So drum roll for Isabel. Thank you.
Thank you, Grace. Yeah, on behalf of the LAK22 team and the program committee, I have the honor to announce the LAK22 awards. So the drum roll is not for me, it's for the upcoming winners, but if you want to do it on yourself, I clear my table here. And we will start with the first award that is for full and short research paper. Don't pass the slides yet, Nicole, I'll give you the heads up. And this award is given to papers that are partly nominated by reviewers, but also reviewed by an expert panel that is conformed by prior LAK program chairs and other experts in our field. So having said that, let's take a look to our best full research paper award. Thank you, Nicole, for that suspense. So now we can see the best full paper award. How do teachers use open learning spaces, mapping from teachers' socio-spatial data to spatial pedagogy? Congratulations to Lishan and all the co-authors of this paper. So you can use your reactions here, celebrate to this best full paper. And having announced the best full paper, we're gonna go to our best short paper award. So now, thank you, Nicole. As you can see here, we have our best short paper award, Unpacking Instructors' Analytics Use, 2 distinct profiles for informing teaching. I would like to congratulate Hyuji, I hope I pronounce your name well, and the other co-authors of this paper. And here, more celebrations to you guys as well. So in order to give a pause and we can celebrate both best full and best short papers, I'm gonna start talking about the best practitioner paper. This award is selected by the practitioner chairs, and it's always exciting to get work from people who are putting learning analytics into practice and get to hear experiences from real life case scenarios. So in that case, I would like to go to this award now. For Best Practitioner Paper Award, we have Tutors' Deliberations for Implementing a Learning Analytics Dashboard in the Educational Context. Congratulations to Lars and the other co-authors for this award. And now I will announce the demo award. And in this case, this award is given according to your votes. So we are very thankful for all the people that got excited and engaged in GatherTown and voted. And in this case, we have a tie. So I will announce one award first, but then we have another demo award. So let's go with the first one. And there we have, oh wait, go back to the other one, sorry. I was just meaning to read. So, okay, so for the first demo award, it's to Teamable Analytics, a team formation and analytics tool. Congratulations to Bowen and the other co-authors. You have already seen the tie, so we're gonna move to the next slide. And we have as also demo award for demo of Upgrade, an A/B testing platform to support learning analytics at scale. Congratulations to April and the other co-hosts. Okay, so also due to popular vote, we have the best poster award. So we also thank people that engage with posters, talk to people that were there, and get to vote in our GatherTown environment. And for best poster award, we have early prediction of exam performance with gamified learning app. Congratulations to Julian. And having announced the paper awards, practitioner and full and research, and also demos and posters, now we're gonna move to the reviewer awards. And These awards are given according to EasyChair metrics, but these EasyChair metrics in a way also sign up the commitment, the punctuality, the engagement, and the quality of the reviews that some members of our community give. So we are gonna announce first a Senior Reviewer Award. And this goes to Alejandra Martinez Mones. Thank you, Alejandra, for your commitment through the meta review process. And for the Best Program Committee Award, we have Mladen Rakovic. So let's celebrate both of them. And as I was seeing, we have to also add that both reviewers receive complimentary LAK registrations for next year. Thank you to Solar member, someone from our community wants to acknowledge the amount of time and commitment that review and work requires. So for you to know, Alejandra Mladen, you already have a complimentary registration for next year. So let's celebrate all of our awards, and then I will give back to Grace.
Thank you. Thank you to all of our award winners. And thank you to our community member who has generously donated the money for those registrations. One other thing I wanted to mention as well, for Solar supports our best full paper winner to present at one of our sister societies in IALDA conference. So the best paper, you can choose which one of those conferences you would like to attend to. We will cover your registration, travel, and accommodation up to a certain amount, which a flat amount, which we can do. But it's another way that Solar recognizes the work that you've done for the research, the commitment, the dedication, and in order to continue promoting the message of learning analytics, that's another way that we can support you. So thank you again to all of those award winners. So it wouldn't be a LAK if I didn't make fun in a nice way of a few people. So here, just a little, I don't know if everybody remembers, but last year, Dashboard Analytics, our Solar president, Abelardo, got the time mixed up for the AGM, and he had to chair from his car. So at least Maren and I, we could all laugh at it after. So Dashboard Analytics gave a whole new meaning to that one. So this year we can see, this is how our president chaired the meeting this year. Slightly different. All set up, ready, all willing and ever to go. So something very little fun of looking at what we can do. The other thing we have is a number of different ways people were participating in LAK. So keeping warm, taking LAK to the sauna. I don't know how the computers could possibly melt or things, but a good time was had by all. Staying in bed, keeping cozy for those midnight 1, 2, 3 in the morning, for those dedicated people who stayed up and were willing to do things. So we have a number of, with Twitter, we will have the awards that we will be giving out. So we'll still keep tweeting, we'll still keep doing all of those sorts of things with what you can. But just in the meantime, here's a few highlights of some tweets from Twitter. And I think the NYU caught lacking. This has been a very popular one. There's been lots of comments about that they should win an award for the best name of a session with what they're doing with NYU, the Learning Analytics Research Network out of NYU, caught lacking, bridging the gap between theory and the tool of learning analytics. Great title and announcement. We also have where people have been posting where from one, we had an individual just draw, people were presenting, one of the presenters, and they were able to capture all of the images from the presentation and do it in one whiteboard, which is very exciting. So something to look forward to as well. And here we have Bart. So question, does our president-elect sometimes take meetings from his bike? What consistent do we see? We see the bike, we see the lovely puppy, we see eating, we see drinking. So lots of fun, something to look forward to. So maybe when he chairs the AGM in 2 years, he'll be chairing it from his bicycle. So we'll have to think of a lovely term for that as well. So just some more impressions from Twitter of looking at papers, looking at some sorts of things, looking at the interface, everybody participating with what they can do. And then, of course, moving on into GatherTown. Oh, wait, go back to the impression. I missed that one. Sorry, Nicole, that's me. Something else at the AGM, which we have, is that Solar has created a new awards committee to recognize a number of different avenues of way we can support. And we were very pleased to present only the second Lifetime Member Award to Dragan Gasevich, which is Solar's most prestigious award that it gives out. It recognizes their significant contribution to the field of learning analytics, to promoting students, to do everything. So if you weren't able to be at the AGM, please join me in congratulating Dragan Gasevich for all of the work that he has done in supporting Solar and for his Lifetime Achievement Award, Lifetime Member Award in Solar. Thank you again, Dragan. Now moving to GatherTown. So we hope everyone had a chance to meet up with familiar faces and new ones. I actually thought the engagement in GatherTown was much stronger this year, especially within the poster sessions. We had a number of birds of a feather meetings, a number of meetups, and we can just see, here is just an example of one group who got together, to sit around the table to working on a whiteboard and participating in a birds of a feather meeting. So it worked very well. Looking overall at our space, we can see the posters, and then we have, there's Nicole, just making sure she's in the middle there, just in front of the posters all by herself, looking last minute to say, okay, check. Things are up, where to go, ready to go. So Nicole's always in the background, always working, double checking to make sure everything's ready for us and coming through. Looking on again, just some other meetings of GatherTown. When you're meeting around the table, how people see with what they're doing. You want to go back to the slide? We kind of pressed a little quickly on that one. Thank you. Looking what's happening with the different group, how on the screens turn on and come on, which is great. Thank you. And again, just looking at how people were engaging with the posters and to be able to do things. So we tried to make a concerted effort this year of the design of the posters to so that people weren't lonely, they weren't in a corner. We tried to group them. We tried to group them in themes and to do the sorts of stuff. And I do think we had more engagement. We still had our beach. We had our LAK Lake. We had our LAK Beach where people could go and just chill out in space. So for all of our winners, we'll have a variety of winners from Twitter, from the photo gallery, from a number of little just fun and silly things. We will be sending you out one of our beautiful Solar t-shirts. So we will be gathering all of that, informing you, and we will be sending them out to you via the mail. So thank you, and look forward to receiving your Solar t-shirt. So the LAK, the leaderboard, which is still in Hoover, it's still active, it's still open. This is just showing where it currently, our top 10 activity. So there's still a whole other day to participate. So there's room. There's lots of room in that second and third space, and you have to work really hard to catch the first one. So keep participating, keep doing everything you can, and get one of those lovely shirts. Thank you. So just a few photo gallery moments. People have been taking a lot of time to post up little images of where they are, some images, some impressions of what's outside their windows, what's outside in their life, of what's going on. Some people participating from the speed networking, which we do understand. It didn't work as well this year as last year. We were extremely disappointed with that. We have reached out to Hoover. We have communicated with them about it, with their third party, and they are having their engineers investigate in the back end. So unfortunately, that was out of our hands, but we were very disappointed for those who struggled to have their cameras and audio would not turn on, but we have recognized it and have reported it. Lots of people were posting fun things of what they were making, inspiring, what they were eating, doing some sorts of things, you know, from sweets and savory and all of the different meals of the time of day that they were participating in the groups. And as well as not, as we were, you know, eating and drinking and laughing at ourselves, we also had some little furried and feathered friends who were paying attention with us and looking at it and trying to help and read with what was going. So that was always fun to see and to share with those. I had mentioned earlier the Learning Analytics Summer Institute, which is hosted by the University of British Columbia. It is fully online. People are able to pick 1 6-hour immersive workshop and 2 2-hour tutorials. There are 10 workshops and 10 tutorials to choose from. Registration is open. We do have scholarship funding available to all students through the Eric Duvall Scholarship. As we talked about earlier, we created the Eric Duvall Scholarship in 2016 in honor of all of the work that Eric had done in supporting students. Prior to that, Solar did support students and did provide scholarships, and it was just a Solar scholarship. And then this is actually the Eric Duvall Scholarship. So the events are there, the link is there. So thank you. Please participate and join us. Thank you. I realize we're still another day. We really hope that we're able to see you in person next year in a face-to-face. And I think Hiroki should be here. Nicole, can you highlight Hiroki?
Yep.
Lovely. Hiroki, I'm
you.
going to turn over to you.
Oh, thank you very much, Grace. Yeah. So I'm very much honored to announce the LAK23 next year in Kyoto, which will be held in March 6 to 10. The theme of this conference will be that towards trustworthy learning analytics. So yeah, you may also find more detailed information from this URL. Okay. Yeah. On behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to welcome all of you to LAK 20, not 22, 23. Yeah, this is for last year in Kyoto, Japan. Yeah. So the venue will be the International Conference Center, Kyoto. It's a public, only one public conference center. Yeah. And yes, cherry blossom is beautiful. Also, yeah, here is some photos for the conference room. So G7 was held in this venue, in the past years. Okay, so the Kansai International Airport will be most closest international airport. So you can reach out to Kyoto from your place, I think, very easily. Okay. And also Kyoto is very well connected from the rest of Japan. So maybe you may arrive at Tokyo or Fukuoka, or Sapporo in North Place. Okay. And I hope you can visit some historical place in Kyoto and enjoy some Japanese food and cultures. Yeah. Okay. And also we have already confirmed for program chairs, Brendan and Barbara and Hassan, Steve. Yeah. And I hope, you are looking forward to seeing all of you in beautiful Sakura season next year in Kyoto. Thank you.
Thank you, Hiroki. We're very looking forward to it and seeing everything face to face. So that's wonderful to do this sorts of thing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I realized we had an hour scheduled for this. We didn't really think we would take an hour. We know that our third keynote, Pierre Dillenberg, is coming up next. But Nicole, if you can just go to the next slide, please. So that's coming up next. And if we can just stop sharing the screen so that we could actually see each other, that would be lovely. And you can remove my spotlight so people can see everybody, so I'm not just this big face in the middle. Thank you. So as we've said, we've got a number of opportunities. We've had a number of very, very busy 2 days with what we can and can't do. And we're just throwing the floor open for any comments, impressions, anything you'd like to say or share, or maybe you just want to have a little 20-minute break before you jump into the keynote. So by all means, thank you again.